What are the lies that some of us have believed about who we marry, whether a male or a female? The lie number one, the myth number one, is the myth I call the right person's myth. Some of us think that there is a right person for you, and that right person myth, which is a lie that many of us have believed, has often triggered people to enter a very irresponsible relationship that has resulted to serious heartbreaks and ended up in very terrible divorce. Now listen, there is nothing like there is a right person for you. Some people even use the word soulmate. Have you heard the word soulmate? They say there's a soulmate for you. That is a lie. There's nothing like that. That is a lie from the pit of hell. If you believe that, honestly, you're going to make the biggest mistake of your life. Now hear this. When you find the person you call Miss Right or Mr. Right, and at the end of the day, when the relationship begins, you will find out that this Mr. Right has become the wrong Mr. Right. Especially if you marry the person and the beatings begins to come, the betrayals, the cheating, the mistreatment. By the time they begin to come, then you begin to wonder, am I right about this Mr. Right or Mrs. Right at the end of the day? The truth is that regardless of who we settle down with, there is nothing like Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. I know some of you, this is too much for you to handle, but I'll explain briefly. Now, what is the challenge associated with finding the right person? Listen, anytime you see somebody that you confirm and believe that this person is the right person, and you enter into a relationship with that fellow, and the relationship grows and come to the place where you want to enter into marriage, and you eventually marry, and you no longer have all the needs and especially those of you who have watched some Indian movies, you've watched Hollywood movies, Nigerian and Ghana movies, and it tends to paint a picture that marriage is supposed to be very exclusively romantic attraction, where you will smile and laugh out loud and be happy for the rest of your life. I'm very sorry to say to you that when you eventually get married, the person that enters into the marriage is the person you are. If you don't become a better version of yourself, you will enter into that marriage with the same insecurity syndrome, with the same problem of addiction, with the same problem of laziness, the person who cannot wash, who cannot clean, who cannot take care of a home, who does not know how to show care and affection. You will go in with all these weaknesses, and by the time you enter into the relationship, you will find out that the relationship is not working, because you thought that because it's the right person and the Mr. Right or the Miss Right, everything was supposed to work. You didn't know that because you are not prepared, you are not ready, you have not become the right person, whoever you meet will not be the right person. You have to be the right person before the marriage or the relationship can end up rightly. I thought you would clap your hands, because that's a great insight in that place. And this is why there's a lot of, distraction here and there. Because the person you eventually move in with and slay with and build a relationship with, things are not working the way you expected it to work. And the reason why it's not working, you think it's because of the other person. It may just be because of you. You enter the relationship with all your weaknesses, with all your inadequacies, with all your shortcomings. And don't expect that because you find the right person or the right woman or the right man, all these shortcomings will disappear. They are going to be there. You're going to live with it, and you're going to have a very, very bad relationship because you have not dealt with your inadequacies. You have not grown up. You have not developed yourself. You have not overcome laziness. You have not overcome bitterness and resentment and all those things that makes marriage to be impossible in this life. I thought you clap your hands one more.